we've seen more and more property investors who've been involved in options go to exercise those options, and they think, how do I do this? How do I get this deal over the line to actually execute the option and own the property? Well, you need to be talking to the right mortgage broker. So at Harvey Bowes, I'm the MD. My name is Howard Bowes. I've been doing options myself. I've exercised those options, and I also help other people to do the same. So perhaps you've got an option that has taken time. Over time, the property's increased in value, and because of that, you would like to now exercise that option by putting zero of your own money in as a deposit against the property. There are lenders that will allow you to do this legally and compliantly. Also, if you've taken an option and spent money to improve the property, then there are also lenders that will understand what you've done, and again, they will allow you to exercise that option if the figures work by borrowing 100% of the purchase fund. So some lenders will allow you to do 100% of the purchase fund. There are yet more lenders that will allow you to do 90% of the purchase price, as long as that's no more than 70 or 75%, depends on the lender, of the value. So if you've enhanced the value, you will be able to potentially borrow with those lenders at least 90% of your agreed purchase price. So there's various different ways in which you can exercise options, but you have to have a broker that understands options, and you also have to have all your paperwork correctly executed, something else that we can help you with and help you through that process. You can take these straight onto a term loan, although under those circumstances you would normally have to put in at least that 10% deposit, although a couple of lenders will allow you to do that. There are more lenders that if you've got a big markup on the property, so there's plenty of difference between the current value now and your agreed option price, there are plenty of lenders that let you bridge that. They'll let you take out actually more than the purchase price if, again, those numbers work.
Looking to purchase a property for investment or development? Look no further. At Harvey Bowes, we pride ourselves in finding ways to make complex and niche deals work. Making sure to explore all the possible strategies and matching the right financing structure to the needs of each investor. Contact Harvey Bowes today. Property finance by investors, for investors.
So to go into a little bit more depth then about the different ways in which it can be done with lenders, the first way, as we said, is where you could borrow 100% of the purchase price, or even potentially a little bit more if the figures work. It has to be a case that it's no more than 75% of the current open market value. So in that option, you've created some uplift, either by time that's passed and the property's appreciated in value, or because you've carried out some sort of conversion work or improvement work to the property. Under those circumstances, you can take a bridge on day one, and you can take that bridge for as short as just a couple of weeks or a month, and then you can go straight into a term loan and refinance with a mainstream lender. When we say a term loan, we mean a normal buy-to-let or a commercial mortgage, which would be, let's say, 25-year mortgage. So that's one way of doing it. The other way is you go straight to a term loan. You negate the need for a bridge. What that does is means that there's a lot less borrowing costs and legal costs in the deal, keeps more profit in the deal for you as the investor. Going down that route, you will usually need to put in at least 10% deposit, even if it's 75% or 70% of the open market value of the property. So that's the two different ways in which it can be done. In terms of processes, we know exactly which lenders will do this legally and compliantly, everything declared to the lender. Now, it becomes much easier if you've managed that property over a period of time, or if it's a very short-term option, perhaps an option for just a couple of months before you want to exercise and buy the property. Under those circumstances, you'll have normally needed to carry out some improvement work, or you created some other benefit by improving the planning, or getting perhaps a 5-year contract with a charity to lease that individual property, whereas before it was a normal buy-to-let. Now, with that guaranteed income, you've changed the circumstances. You as the investor have used some expertise, and then we can leverage that expertise with the lender to allow you to borrow at these higher sums and borrow against the value, not the purchase price. And that's why exercising your option can be successful with a brokerage firm that understands options, understands how they work, and understands which lenders will allow you to go through this process. So contact the team at Harvey Bowes. We're brokers as well as being investors ourselves. We're exercising options ourselves. We know how the system works, and we want to help you fund your deals.